special congratulations to all you scholars. Give us a round of applause. I'm particularly excited over your theme, Supernova. I've had the honor of speaking in several functions of this nature, both locally and abroad, over the years with really great themes. But I truly believe this one is hard to beat. A supernova is actually a star. Note that word, a star, which explodes, and in so doing becomes, and pay very close attention to this one. After explosion, this star becomes, let me say it slowly, 100 million, yes, 100 million times brighter than the sun. And this astounding supernova light comes from a single ordinary star. I want to stress ordinary. A star after it explodes. Before this explosion, the star is ordinary, just another among the multitudes. But after explosion, this ordinary star is now transformed into a mind-boggling superstar. Yes, a superstar, a supernova. 100 million times brighter than the sun, the brightest light known to man. The major key here, however, may not be the super ultra brightness of the supernova star per se, but the process which produces this amazing brightness. The process is called an explosion. After the explosion, the ordinary light becomes 100 million times brighter than the sun. So what really does an explosion do? That's the great message of the supernova. The massive abundance of light that was locked up on the inside, making this ordinary twinkle star, is now released on the outside, dazzling the world with the extraordinary super potential that's now unleashed. It's like a little insignificant looking dynamite. It seems to be a complete waste of time until it's ignited and its awesome potential unleashed, tumbling every giant structure in its way. It's like a funny looking caterpillar that becomes a beautiful butterfly. I want to tell you, every one of you, you may look ordinary, you may feel ordinary, you may be called ordinary, you may be made to feel ordinary, or you may think you're just a little ordinary third world boy or girl who can go only so far. But I want to tell you, I want to assure you, every single one of you, there is far, far more on the inside than you or anyone else would imagine. On the outside, you may appear ordinary, but on the inside, you are extraordinary. On the outside, you are small, but on the inside, you are big. On the outside, you may seem inferior, but on the inside, you are super. On the outside, you may look insignificant, but on the inside, you are magnificent. On the outside, quite poor you may appear, but on the inside, you're a billionaire. So, then what do? This is exactly what you do, just like in the case of the supernova. Just be determined to let your inner potential explode. Let the astounding, incredible, awesome, God-given potential on the inside gush out like a human floodlight, releasing the supernova radiance of your thoughts, your ideas, your talents, your skills. Dazzle the world. Do you know the difference between a poor man and a rich man is just one idea? To bring about this explosion of your potential to supernova status, you must first believe that you possess the potential. Believe. Yes, faith is formidable. And you have to visualize to actualize. See yourself with that ability, that skill, that idea, that capacity. See yourself. Now, I don't want you to feel like if you're in school, but I know we have some bright, sharp students here, so you can handle this. Repeat after me. I have what it takes. One more time, with a little more confidence. Repeat after me. I have what it takes.
I have what it takes.
Good. Now do like me. Form that winner, high achiever image of yourself. See yourself passing exams with top grades and see the celebration. See yourself winning trophies, winning multiple awards. Hear the applause. See the standing ovations in your honor. See the beaming faces of your parents and family members as they bask in the pride of your success. See your face on the newspapers and magazines, perhaps billboards and television. See it, talk it, think it. The scripture says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You must think big and see the grandeur. Think positively and see the possibility. This is exactly how I did it, and it worked wonderfully for me. Yes, see it, because if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. Let me repeat that. If you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. Seeing also has to do with vision. Have a clear vision of where you are heading, what you want to achieve, and be fiercely determined to get there. Determination, perseverance, steadfast discipline, and unwavering focus will be major keys to bursting forth in supernova splendor. And don't you forget, build solid bonds with your parents and give God first place in your life. The power of faith, vision, and persistence. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can stand in your way once you have these. Just don't lose sight of the inner you and be determined to let that grand supernova shine out with all its glory. Super famous artist Michelangelo once looked at a crude, rough-looking piece of marble, which nobody bothered to give any attention. He remarked, "There's an angel in here crying to come out." You might be that crude-looking piece of marble. Perhaps nobody seems to believe in you. But you have a Michelangelo in this glorious function today. We see an angel, a supernova angel in you, crying to come out, and we shall let it out. So enhance your self-confidence and see the evidence. I've authored 2 books entitled Run the Race to Win and Breaking Barriers, Bridging Gaps to Enhance Performance. Additionally, I wrote a column in the Livewire magazine alongside 2 of the world's leading motivational speakers, Les Brown and John Maxwell. Just before I close, I would like to quickly leave 3 brief quotations with you. The first is taken from my book entitled Run the Race to Win, and I'll be reading from page 68. It says, "Let us steadfastly keep in mind that the word of God charges us to run so that we will obtain." I will stress that simply means run to win. It means getting a winning attitude. That means a winning mindset. We must work on the PMA factor. What does that stand for? It stands for positive mental attitude. The positive mental attitude element. The mental posture that radically rejects any thought of losing and radically sees the winning trophy in your hands as you shout at the top of your voice, "Thanks be to God, who always causes us to triumph." The second quote I'll be reading is from my second book, entitled Breaking Barriers, Bridging Gaps to Enhance Performance. And I'll be reading from page 3 as well as page 4. It says, "We must face this as factual. What we desire to change, we must first be willing to acknowledge. What we confront, we will correct. What we deny, we will repeat." The team effort must never be underestimated or underemphasized. Teamwork makes the dream work. It was Henry Ford who said, "Coming together is a beginning, working together is progress, and staying together is success." Team, T-E-A-M. It means together each achieves more. And lastly, I'll be reading from the magazine in which I wrote, And it says, character is your greatest credential. No matter how bright, talented, or gifted you are, without character, you are a miserable failure. Embrace a solid Christ-centered value system with consistency. Only consistency will prove credibility. And note this, fame can be gained in one moment, but character is built in a lifetime. It's really not what you do per se, but who you are. Components of a rock-solid character will include love, prayer, humility, honesty, chastity, and integrity. Excellence. Set high standards and use vision, resolve, passion, and self-confidence, and use faith to tenaciously pursue this richly rewarding goal. You see, you have a three-way choice. You can be a supernova star, a gangster, or a monster. What's your choice? Tell the person next to you, look in the mirror, you'll see the monster. Okay, that was just a joke. Repeat after me. I am a supernova. Last time, I am a supernova. Do you believe that? I believe so. Give them a round of applause, and thank you very much.
If you are really serious about success, you must get this clear. To achieve gold, that's G-O-L-D, you must have a goal, that's G-O-A-L. You must aim for gold in your goal. And this means in order to do your best, you must be entirely settled in your mind and strong in your will that you want to do your best. In my success story, the approach I took to studying had discipline and determination at its heart. From the Miracle Ministries Early Childhood School to the Sevilla Private Primary to the Miracle Ministries Pentecostal High School to the Student Accountancy Center, self-discipline, a singular focus, and daring confidence to radically think big, aim big, and obtain big became virtual intrinsic values and virtues. I set up my own disciplined study structure and used the key of unshakable determination to stick to the plan down to the end.
It's indeed an honor for me to be part of a platform with such eminent personalities. I'm here to share a few thoughts on the topic mental attitude, success dynamics of a world-rate achiever. Jeff Keller, in his book by the same title, says, attitude is everything. And we are familiar with the adage, your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude. I believe we can add to this your latitude and your magnitude. The worst enemy of a good opportunity is a bad attitude. The converse also is true. The best friend of a good opportunity is a good attitude.
Put God first, yes first, and he will make you first. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. Matthew 6:33. And you know what? Your faith will change your state. I believe this is a good one to repeat. You don't find that song good? Come on, let's say it together. My faith will change my state. My faith will change my state. Wonderful. Yes, your faith will change your state. Again, here's another good one. Thoughts become things. This means you literally have what you think. Your thoughts will become real, tangible things in life. To be first, you must first have faith. To be first class, you must have first class faith. To be great, you must have great faith. You get that? Yes, to be first class, you must have first class faith. To be great, you must have great faith. Let me hear you say that. To be first class, you must have first class. To be great, you must have. Very good. So that was the first F, faith. Now we go to the second F, focus. Actually, there's one more F coming, but let's focus on the focus for a minute. Keep your eyes on the prize. That's another good one. I'll repeat it. Keep your eyes on the prize. The best way to destroy a person's dream is to give him a second. The best way to destroy his vision is to give him an option. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. In order to be first, you have to be focused. In order to fulfill purpose,
You got to be focused. This is the discipline factor. Being focused means being fixed. Fixed in your prayer time, fixed in your school time, fixed in your study time, fixed in your moral value standards, fixed in your honesty, and fixed in your integrity. So if you ain't fixed, you know what? Fix it. You can never be able if you're not stable. I repeat, you can never be able if you're not stable. You must be stable to be able. So begin now. Realign your mind and reset your mindset. Let me just share a few specifics of my studies which brought my noted ACCA accomplishments. An extremely strong passion, not only for success, but the best of success, so consumed me that the self-imposed draconian time management and study disciplines to which I was subjected became a joy rather than a sacrifice. I would grade myself, reward myself, and even punish myself, as it were, based on my personal study time performance. For example, if I was not satisfied with my performance in my personal study time or school study, I will refuse to watch TV, go on Facebook, or any other leisure activity, or any lime, as we say, go shopping, or even go on vacation. And remember, this was not any punishment or pressure from my parents or anybody else. These were my personal standards that I set for myself. Self-motivation was my thing. I did not need my teachers to push me. If anything, I pushed them. The tremendous support system found in my family, my church, my tutors, mentors, and coaches all richly fertilized and energized my passion and evidently manufactured a world-class product. Now let's take the final F. This is the big one. Look at the person behind you and say, this is the big one, baby. And this big F which I'm speaking about is fight. This is perhaps the most important of all. Whether it's focus or faith, you will have to fight. The Apostle Paul says, fight the good fight of faith. This fight is not necessarily a physical one, but it's a critical one. It's a fight of will, determination, resolve, and resilience. I'm sure you have heard the expression, you have to fight it, or fight it. This advice is often given when one is faced with resisting a temptation, distraction, vice, or habit. This might be the vice of smoking, liming, or alcohol. It may be the addiction to Facebook, BBM, and the social network fad. It could be the boyfriend or the girlfriend, pornography and sex, or the seductions of peer pressure. It might just be plain laziness, slackness, stubbornness, or rebellion. Whatever it is, if you want to be first class, you'll have to strongly, very strongly make up your mind to fight it. When the vicious, irresistible temptations come, don't bow to it, but fight it. When you're feeling frustrated, don't bow to it, but good. When you're feeling too done with book, cuss out the teacher, and everybody pack up school and say you're done with them bougie thing, you're going ghetto in full. Don't bow to it, but let me hear you say it again. Hit somebody a little cuff on the side and say, fight it. It's fight we're talking about. Give somebody a little bounce and say, fight it. When you feel you can't do it with the boyfriend or the girlfriend and your hormones raging, you know what I'm talking about? Girls, you know what I'm talking about? Some of you want to flaunt it, but it's not about flaunting, it's about fighting it. We can never bow to these things, but we have to fight it. And let's just touch on the failure point. If you want to bounce back when you fail, you can't go into depression and ejection, but you have to. If you want to be first class, you want to be world class, you can't be feeble, faint-hearted, or foolish, but you must persevere, be resistant, and fight it. Fight, don't give in, because you are destined to win. Remember, it's not only about fighting, but it's about winning the fight. You want to win the fight? Let me hear you. You want to win the fight? This side, you want to win the fight? Parents, let me hear you. You want to win the fight? Students, you want to win the fight? I agree, everyone can win the fight. It's not just about fighting, it's about winning, not fighting. How many of you agree that we are all winners here? God never made anyone a loser. He made us all winners. Say, I'm a winner. Beat your chest and say, I'm a winner. God never made me a loser, but I am first class and I am world class.
I have a wonderful package for everyone here today. I have it with me right here. We have the pencil right here. It says, you are first class, you are world class, you can do it too. We have a pen. It also says, you are first class, you are world class, and you can do it too. This is a bookmark, and at the back of it, that pledge that you just committed to, the oath that you just took, the wonderful poem, it's given here in a card. This is a card that I presented to all the UE students when I made my presentation. And at the back of the card is the poem, Little People, Big Success, the recipe for all little people with big dreams. And finally, we have a notebook here. It's like a copybook. And it has the same picture, the same inspirational words. Remember, you can do it too. And so great is that on every single page, there's a picture and the same message. You are first class, you are world class, you are destined to win, so refuse to give in. Everyone will be going in with one, and don't worry, it's free. It's just my seed to you, and I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 9 tells us that the Lord your God will make you successful in everything you do. Today, I believe my purpose, along with my fellow scholars, is to inspire and encourage others by guiding them towards achieving their success. To do this, I would like to give you a few keys to now open your doors of academic success. The first key is the big G-O-D. Always put God first and don't forget to pray. Prayer and trusting in the one who created us gives us the upper hand necessary to achieve whatever we may want to accomplish, since he knows all things and would be able to give us the spiritual clues and pointers needed to excel. He would give us the advantage of divine favor. In other words, spiritual success is the key to accomplishing natural success. They must go hand in hand, in my opinion, and based on my experience. To make it simple, the first step to success is the big G-O-D. Trust in G, God, to O, orchestrate your D, destiny. The second key is to attend all your classes and try your best to be on time. Class notes are integral to achieving success in a particular subject. It may allow you to learn something extra or even understand a particular point better. The University of Texas at Austin presented data that shows that without review, 47% of what a person had just learned is forgotten in the first 20 minutes, and 62% is forgotten after the first day. So effective note-taking could aid in guaranteeing that what could be forgotten if not written down could be acquired at a later date if it is written down. The third key to unlocking your door of academic success is to improve your listening skills. A Greek biographer and philosopher who said that if you learn how to listen, you will prosper even from those who talk badly. So improving your listening skills through focus, concentration, and a positive mental attitude will only increase your chances for academic success. The zoning out syndrome would thus be a thing of your distant past. It will be replaced by intense concentration. Without concentration, there is no focus, and without focus, there is no learning. The fourth key for success is to complete classwork and examination papers on time and review your work at all times before handing it in to be marked. This is important because completing work on time could ensure that one has time to proofread and edit, which could sometimes make a huge difference between a grade A and a grade B. It would allow you the opportunity to dot your I's and cross your T's.
You may even remember a point you may have forgotten earlier in the case of exams, for example. The fifth point or key, one of the few important ones, which is time management. Time management is the answer to achieving the above. Time management means having a schedule and sticking to it. Prioritize, prioritize, prioritize. Do this by making a general schedule and breaking it down into subsections, making time for classwork, study time, and home assignments, not forgetting to make small room for healthy relaxation and mind-stimulating extracurricular activities. This would assist to stimulate one's thought processes by allowing them to see life outside of the box, in turn, aid with one's analytical skills. Another asset to achieving winning success. Critiquing your own study habits is another key to unlocking your door of achievement in the academic field. Self-critique is a necessary element in improving oneself. Looking at oneself from third person would allow one the ability to see one's shortcomings and sort new ways to tighten loose ends. There are two main ways in which to do this self-critiquing. The first way is to examine the location in which you choose to study as well as your environment. Avoid confining oneself to areas that may promote sleep or sluggish behavior, since being too comfortable would only promote sleeping on oneself, which is a major negative that tends to affect success rates and hinder study times and study patterns. Also avoid too heavy meals, as this too could encourage the sleeping on oneself effect. The second point is to time, when, and how much one studies. This would allow for workload to be divided up and covered at a faster and comfortable rate and avoid the time-consuming cramming method. The use of index cards during study is another mechanism that could cut down pre-examination study time. They could be used for future reviews, since major points could be jotted down while one is studying. The seventh element to success would entail that I term the two shuns. They are organization and self-motivation. An organized mind is a mind free of chaotic misdirection. What do I mean by chaotic misdirection? A mind that is organized is liberated enough to think clearly, and this clearly allows the individual a better chance at achieving academic success, since the direction in terms of choices they take would be much more vivid. In the word of William Pollard, information is a source of learning, but unless it is organized, processed, and available to the right people in a format for decision-making, it is a burden, not a benefit. In biblical terms, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. The second shun is that of self-motivation. These two words, if executed, would equip you with the spectacles to see within and beyond yourself and magnify your hidden capabilities and allow your inner light to shine through. To put simply, it would allow you to believe in yourself even when others may not believe in you. Self-motivation would allow you to push yourself to achieve and supersede to become above average. To conclude, putting all your trust in the ability of the one who created you, because he would be the superior entity that would unlock your chosen destiny. Secondly, is to attend all your classes and as promptly as possible. How else would you obtain the educational tools to achieve success without the necessary information? There would be no point in even attempting to take an exam, since that would mean an automatic failure. Thirdly, improve your listening skills. Fourthly, completing all work on time is an imperative to any success, thus leading us to the fifth point, which is proper time management. The other point will be critiquing one's study habits. Third-person examination is a great tool to being able to improve yourself. Adding to your recipe of success is the two shuns, organization and self-motivation, are necessary to succeed. What is also extremely important to add are your teachers' inputs on assignments and classwork in general, as well as their tips on how to improve your academic status. I would like to end with a quote from Nelson Mandela, which declares, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Take these keys that I have equipped you with and go out and change your world. Thank you very much, and do enjoy the rest of the afternoon's proceedings.